In the far reaches of the Arctic, where the horizon stretches endlessly and the air bites with a chill that seeps into your bones, a quiet tragedy is unfolding. This is a land of ice and shadow, a place where the sun barely dares to climb above the frozen plains, casting long, pale beams across a world of shimmering white. Here, the polar bear reigns a creature of immense power and grace, its thick fur glistening like the snow it calls home. For thousands of years, these bears have thrived in this unforgiving wilderness, their massive paws breaking through the ice to hunt seals, their deep roars echoing across the tundra. They are the heartbeat of the Arctic, a living testament to the wild beauty of the North. But that beauty is fading. The Arctic is no longer the sanctuary it once was. The ice vast, ancient sheets that stretch for miles, melting. Scientists tell us that, over the past 4 decades, the Arctic has lost nearly half of its summer sea ice. That's millions of square kilometers vanishing into the sea, leaving the polar bears stranded, their hunting grounds shrinking with every passing year. Their population, once thriving, has dropped by 30%, with only 22,000 to 31,000 bears left scattered across this vast, fragile region. These numbers aren't just cold facts, they're a cry for help from a species teetering on the edge. The polar bears are built for the cold, their bodies insulated by layers of fat and fur, their strength unmatched in the animal kingdom. But even they cannot fight the relentless warming of their world. Where once they roamed across solid ice, they now swim sometimes hundreds of miles through icy waters, their powerful limbs churning against exhaustion. Mothers lead their cubs across treacherous stretches, their tiny bodies shivering as they cling to her fur. Some don't make it. The hunger sets in, gnawing at their strength, their ribs pressing against their skin as the seals they once hunted disappear beneath the waves. And then there are the barnacles. These tiny invaders, once rare in these frigid waters, are now a growing menace. As the Arctic warms, barnacles latch onto the bear's fur, burrowing into their flesh, causing sores that fester and bleed. A bear's thick coat, meant to protect it from the cold, becomes a prison of pain. Imagine a mother bear, her cubs trailing behind her, pausing to scratch at her skin, her growls of frustration swallowed by the wind. Without help, these infections can kill, adding yet another threat to an already desperate struggle. The science is stark. If the world continues on this path, polar bears could disappear from half their current range by 2050. That's not a distant future, it's a tomorrow we're racing toward. Picture a world where the Arctic is silent, where the thud of a polar bear's paws no longer echoes across the ice. It's a loss that would ripple beyond these frozen shores, a wound to the soul of the planet. But, amidst this bleakness, there are those who refuse to let hope die. Across the Arctic, teams of rescuers, ordinary men and women with hearts, ablaze dedicate their lives to saving these bears. They are not scientists in sterile labs or politicians debating in warm halls. They are out there, in the cold, their breath freezing in the air as they trek across the ice. They carry medical kits, warm blankets, and a fierce determination to make a difference. These are the guardians of the ice, and their story is one of love, grit, and defiance against despair. Picture one of these rescuers, a woman named Anna, her face weathered by the wind, her hands steady despite the cold. She's been doing this for years, ever since she saw her first polar bear up close, its amber eyes locking with hers as if pleading for help. That day changed her. Now she leads a small team into the wild, their snowmobiles cutting through the drifts, their eyes scanning for signs of life. They've heard reports of a bear in distress, a female, alone, her fur matted with barnacles, her movements slow and pained. When they find her, she's a shadow of what a polar bear should be. Her coat, once a brilliant white, is streaked with dirt and blood. Her ribs jut out beneath her skin, and her breathing is shallow. Anna kneels beside her, murmuring softly as the team works quickly. They sedate her gently, their hands moving with practiced care to clean her wounds. The barnacles are stubborn, clinging to her fur like cruel anchors, but the team pries them away, one by one, soothing her as she stirs. They wrap her in blankets, feed her what they can, and wait. Hours pass, the wind howling around them, but they don't leave her side. This bear isn't just a patient to them, she's a life, a story, a piece of the Arctic they refuse to let slip away. And slowly, she responds. Her breathing steadies, her eyes flicker with a spark of strength. Days later, when she stands again, her head held high, Anna feels a lump rise in her throat. It's not just relief, it's a fleeting victory, a moment of light in a world growing darker. These rescues happen again and again across the Arctic. Each one is a battle against the odds, a race against a melting clock. The teams work in shifts, their bodies aching from the cold, their spirits tested by the sheer scale of the crisis. They save mothers with cubs, lone males wandering too far from the ice, young bears too weak to swim. Every bear they touch carries scars of hunger, of pain, of a home that's slipping away. And yet, every bear they save is a spark of hope, a reminder that compassion can still bloom in the harshest of places. The rescuers know they can't stop the ice from melting. They can't reverse decades of warming with their hands alone. But they can fight for the bears they find, one by one, giving them a chance to live another day. And in doing so, they send a message to the world. This matters. These bears matter. The Arctic matters. The polar bears themselves are warriors in their own right. They endure where others would falter, their will to survive etched into every step they take. There's a mother bear who swims miles with her cubs clinging to her back, her muscles burning but her resolve unbroken. There's a lone male who treks across thinning ice, his paws bleeding, searching for a meal that might not come. These are not just animals, they are symbols of resilience, of a spirit that refuses to surrender. But even the strongest warriors need allies. That's where we come in. The Arctic isn't some far-off dreamscape. It's part of our world, a piece of our shared home. Every choice we make, every light we turn off, every car we don't drive, every voice we raise can tip the scales. The polar bears can't speak for themselves, but we can. We can be their guardians, their defenders, their hope. So let your heart break for them. Let it ache for the mother bear swimming through endless waters, for the cubs shivering in the cold, for the rescuers who kneel in the snow with tears freezing on their cheeks. Then let that ache turn to action, because these fierce, fragile, beautiful souls deserve more than our pity. They deserve our fight. They deserve to live.
rescue mission was just incredible.